Louisiana Beer Reviews, St. Arnold Brewing Company of Houston, Texas. This is their Spring Bock. Spring Bock is 6.4% alcohol. It has a 24 IBU bitterness level. It was introduced in February 1998. It's fermented and aged for 8 weeks. Uses 5 types of barley malts, Czech, Saaz, and Hallertau hops. It gets a good rating on Beer Advocate, and it gets a 60 out of 100 on Rate Beer and a 78 out of 100 for the style, and a very fine rating on the Beer in Me. So it's fairly well regarded. I've never had it, and I'm looking forward to trying it right now. Didn't twist too easily. Okay, see a little bit of smoke. I don't know if that's showing up on the video, but it's quite a bit. It's clear right now, clear amber. We'll see if it hazes up from the swishing. No, it did not, so it's pretty filtered, not bottle condition. Okay, we get a clear, bubbly, amber appearance in a pretty thick eggshell, say, colored head. A little bit of yellow in that. Cream colored head is a good description, I guess. Let's go with the smell evaluation. Picking up some medium roasted barley malt, some kind of dough. Smells like dough. Some water and some stinginess. Oh, it smells alright. It's very mild. Let's go with the taste. This is fruity, but you can really pick up on the alcohol at 6.4%. I mean, it does shine through. Pick up some hop bitterness, some caramel candy, barley, a little bit of biscuit. No, you know, more like a cracker, an unsalted saltine cracker, unsalted saltine. The body is on the medium side, light to medium, but more toward medium. The finish is pretty crisp, pretty dry. It's refreshing. The body does have a bit of an ale fluffiness to it. A bit of an ale fluffiness. I would say the drinkability is okay with this, but that alcohol and that bitterness at the front may have to slow you down. If you're not used to drinking these types of beers, it's going to be a little strong for you. If you're a Bud Light or Coors Light drinker, this is going to come across pretty strong. I'm cool with it. I drink so many heavy, strong beers. This is pretty mild to me. It's a mild, pleasant beer. If you see it for $6.99 a 6-pack, get it. Even $7.99. I would not pay more than $8 a 6-pack though. It's not extraordinary, but it is quite good. It's similar to that Abita Bock, that Spring Bock. Now this is not an ale. It's, of course, it's a lager, but the body You know, it's more like a full body than a fluffy body. Now that I'm drinking it, or a soft body, because you do have that that flinty lager presentation, but there, it is. I can't get away from it. It is softened to some extent with some syrupiness. I don't know. This is a weird beer to describe. It's like a. Let me. I'm doing a bad job of this because it's kind of unique. It is unique. It's like this. It's like a caramel sweet malt liquor, but without the cloying, too much cloyingness. But it is soft to some extent. Then you have the finish, but the finish is not as flinty as like a Colt 45, and that's coming from the dryness. So I don't know. The more I drink this, the more I like it. It's interesting. It's a rich caramel beer with some malt liquor characteristics, being that 6.4% alcohol. I think it's better than good. I think it's really good. It's very good. It's excellent, really. I'm gonna go with an A minus. I kind of like when a beer confuses me to some extent. It's not so ordinary. Some beers are really good and they're excellent, but they're kind of ordinary. This is not ordinary. I'm glad I bought it. So maybe you could review it and then comment on what I did and point out where I'm maybe interpreting it wrong. But I'm sort of like along. I kind of, my line of thinking goes sort of along with the beer king. He's more like a beer taster and a beer drinker than a beer reviewer. I mean, of course, I do beer reviews, but I prefer drinking them more than I prefer interpreting them. And I mean, I'll be the first one to admit that I have trouble distinguishing various tastes and aromas. Except that really, essentially it's just a beer flavor and a beer aroma, but it's got such, subtle little character things going on. So, Laissez les Bon Temps Roulés. This is an excellent beer, but just so, when I want to go berserk with it, I would recommend it. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to Louisiana, to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and go to a Louisiana State University baseball game.